where do you want to begin? Because I think this first half year was a roller coaster ride for you here in Eindhoven.
Phew, yeah, not a roller coaster, but was very demanding. So in total, because it was a very special half year because of the Corona situation without fans in the stadium and with the infection of the players, and so it was very special and very demanding for me as a coach as well, but also of course for the players.
Yeah, you've never experienced this situation
No.
like this before, of course, but how did you deal with it?
Yeah, hopefully this is the last time we have to deal with it. Yeah, day by day. So I think it's for each club it's the same situation, and nobody is happy about the situation. And also, yeah, now we are used to play without fans in an empty stadium, but nevertheless, it's always a strange feeling. And yeah, I think the most important thing is that you always look forward and that you try to accept the situation and that you make your decisions day by day.
Yeah, what was the most difficult part of the first half year for you personally?
Yeah, the Corona test always 2 days before before the game was always difficult, but yeah, I think like for everybody to focus on the development of the team, to focus on always try to win the matches, to work on our goals in total, and always to stay focused that one day the stadiums are full again, and for this day we want to be ready and we want to be in a good position. So that was always something in my mindset, and that's also a good motivation.
How curious are you to expect a full Philips Stadium?
Yeah, very. I'm very curious, and I'm very happy when I see it full.
Yeah. Here inside the club, a lot of infections of the corona.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any moment that you yourself are afraid of getting corona by yourself?
No, I was never afraid because I had it already in March. So I was really at the beginning with my family infected, and so for me it was I think it's not possible to get it the second time in a short period. So I was not afraid of that, but I was a little bit afraid of the total group here at PSV, because we had some moments, I don't know, 2 months ago or 2.5 months ago. Before the Granada game, when we played at home, and then the corona came into our club, and then every 3 days we had positive tests with the players, with the staff, and that was a very difficult situation because the topic was always there, and I think also the players were a little bit afraid to get infected, and I think it was not an easy time.
You just mentioned your family. Weren't they afraid for your health?
No, I don't think so.
No, why?
Yeah, like I said, so my wife and me, we already had it, and I think for the young people, for my daughter and my son, is not that dangerous, and we always thinking about my parents, because they are a little bit older, so we have to take care of them, because that's exactly the group. For them the virus is very dangerous, so that's maybe a little bit in our mindset. But for my family at home, I was not afraid.
But did you saw your parents in those periods with all the infections here?
Yeah, that was an advantage because we had the virus, so it was a little bit easier to be in touch with my mother, and so because a lot of times she's with us in our home for a few weeks, and so we took care that she is not in danger, and at the end, yeah, we saw each other.
Yeah. Did you travel all the time, every day, from Germany to Eindhoven, or did you stay here?
No, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I drive home because it's not far away. It's a little bit more than 1 hour drive, but sometimes I stay in Eindhoven because we had a really tough schedule. So there was sometimes not so much time after the match and next training, so it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I know it's difficult, but what's your impression of this place here in the Netherlands, the Dutch league, the Dutch competition? What are your expressions?
Yeah, actually, it's also a little bit influenced by the virus, because you have not so much opportunities to be in the city and to check a little bit the surrounding of Eindhoven. And so I'm looking forward one day when everything is finished, then I get to know Netherlands a little bit more and the area around Eindhoven. Right now I'm really focused on my work and on our team, because especially with this schedule, when you play every 3 days, you have no time to do anything different than football. So maybe later I will find the time.
No sightseeing in Eindhoven?
Not yet. I know the Kleine Berg, so I was there a few times for dinner, and it was really good, so I have to say that. So I have to say I was already in a lot of good restaurants here in Eindhoven and around Eindhoven, so I appreciate that a lot. Hopefully that will open soon again.
Yeah, I understand, yes. I want to go to another point. Didn't you get tired of all those questions about just one young player, Mohamed Iatare?
No, I can understand why he's so interesting, because it's always the same. If players have outstanding quality in young years, like Mo has, and they already performed as young players in a team like PSV Eindhoven, that these players are in the focus. That's normal. And of course, and if these players are a little bit struggling, of course, that's also something very interesting for everybody, and so that's normal to talk about Mo or these kind of players. So that's part of football.
There was not any moment where you thought, "Oh my God, not again."
Yeah, to be honest, of course I like to speak about Mo, but in a positive things. And right now we can talk a lot about Mo, because he's playing well, he's performing well, he's physical-wise in a much better condition, and now he shows first time after a long period his quality again, and I'm very happy about his development, and I appreciate that a lot. And of course we want to keep him on this level, that he plays reliable on top level, because he's able to do that. He's showing it right now. And yeah, of course, we're looking forward to help him and to develop him to a top player.
Yeah. How would you describe your relationship with him? Is it a special relationship?
I think each relationship to the players is special, is unique, because I think, of course, you have in your leadership you have to have a clear idea for the total group as a coach. But of course, if you want to get the best of each player, you also have to handle each player a little bit different, because there are different personalities. And of course, Mo is also a special player and a special person. He's a very good person, very kindly. I think everybody likes him, and but he also, is a player who gets a lot of attention in young years, and everybody is expecting that he grow to a top player in Europe, and so it's not so easy for these players to be ready for these expectations from outside and to perform in young years that well. And that's why I think he was a little bit struggling the last months, and exactly then he needs help, he needs support of the whole club, and I think everybody was really had a big willingness to help him, and I think we make a lot of efforts, and and right now he's showing that he's deserving that, and he's doing right now very well.
Yeah, for me, you look like sometimes you look like some kind of father figure, and not just for him, but also for the other young players. Do you think you are a father figure for them?
No, I don't think so. I think to be honest, because the reasons why I'm a coach is because I like to work with these players. Actually, if I can choose, I would be still a player, but it's impossible because at one age it is finished. You cannot play anymore. But if you want to stay in the football business, I think also as a coach, I can appreciate the football a lot, and especially to work with young players to help to develop them and to be there for them also in difficult times. That's something I really like, and I always try to do my best to support these players and also to have some understanding for difficult moments, and also may sometimes for mistakes and all these things. And then it is a little bit like a task, like a father is for the son, but I think it's different. It's a different relationship, but I know what you mean. And yeah, I like this position, and I like especially when at the end it becomes well, and for everybody at the end is a good situation.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, we're going to talk about football because that's the reason why we're here. Do you think it was more difficult to fit in the style of play here at PSV than you thought before you began here?
No, actually not. To be honest, I was surprised at the beginning about the attitude of the players and how they worked in training. So the motivation in the preseason was really high, and of course for a lot of players it was new, especially for offensive players. They have now more tasks and they have to work more. They have to be in the game more or always, and I think for these players it's a little bit new to work that much and to be part of the team tactic. But I think we were developing well. It's not perfect, by far not perfect, but nevertheless it's good enough to win games and to work on our goals. And so for the moment, especially when I consider how difficult it was in the last months and how less training we had, so almost nothing team training. When you have only 2 days between the matches, there's almost no team training, and then development is only possible during or by playing matches and by analyzing matches, and so then. But you have not this, you cannot make these big steps like when you have always a week for training between the matches is much easier. So then you can always have some topics and you can work on, and you play and then you work on again. But right now it's impossible, and for that our level is okay, and we won with this kind of football some very important matches for the club. So at the beginning of the season, when we played against Mura and Rosenborg. And also in the Europa League, to continue in Europa League, we had also tough matches against really good teams in Europe, especially PAOK and Granada are not top level of Europe, but they are good teams in Europe. So when you are able to qualify for Europe in a Primera Division, you are a very good team. It's not easy to win against these teams, and if you are able to win an important match in Granada and we play like we want to play, we play with our style of football and we won the game against them, then I'm very happy, and I see that especially in important matches the players, they have something extra to give to win these matches.
Yeah. How far are the players, the squad, to when you gonna say yes, we are here at the point that I want to be? Is it 80%? Is it 90%?
I know everybody wants to know the percentage, but I cannot answer this question. So because I know I will never get ready. So that's always something you have to continue. And if you think you are ready, then the next day there comes some new topics, some new problems. So that's the work of a coach. So you always have to consider how is the level of the team, how they are doing in each match. So sometimes it is, you're playing almost perfect, and then a few days later you play nothing from them and of them. And I think we are okay. There are still some topics we have to improve, But I think in ball possession we are good. We are good in the gegenpressing, but against the ball there's some potential to grow as a team. But we are, in total, I would say we are in a good way.
Yeah. Football-wise, Sien, which rating would you give this first half year for you, for yourself and for your squad?
Well, it's your task to rate me, so I will not rate myself. For the team, I will say they get a very good rate from my side, because I know how difficult it was for the players. And yeah, at the end, football is easy if you play in 3 competitions, and after Christmas you are still in Europe and as a group winner, and you're still in the cup, and you are still in the league in a good position. Yeah, then we did it well. So that's sometimes football is easy.
Yeah. Last thing, let's look forward to the month of January, because there's a big month with matches against Ajax, AZ, and Feyenoord, and many others. But how do you look forward to those big games, your first big games in the Dutch league?
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I'm happy to play against these teams. Of course, also in the other matches in the league were not easy. So we have to improve, of course, in these matches. But I think we need exactly these matches. And I think what I said before, the feeling that we are able to bring something extra in top matches, we showed already in this season, and that's a very good point that gives us a lot of self-confidence. And we have some days to train before these matches. That's also important, because then when we start with Ajax, that's then a lot of matches in a row again. So we have some days to prepare ourselves for the matches before we have some rest. So yeah, I'm looking forward that we are ready for these matches.